What's up, guys? Rising Duelist here. It's Chillfish and your boy Jay. And today we're going to be kind of offering devil's advocate, arguing about the concept that I think has plagued our meta for the last 6 months to a year.
I'm talking about the thing that have saved our meta completely.
Hand traps.
So,
like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind saying hand traps. I like Max C. Max C should be at 3, I think, or banned, I'll be honest. But I'm tired of seeing deck builds where it's like, hey, you got 4 monsters and 13 hand traps.
Perfect, never mind.
well, the thing is, those decks on their own would not be good unless you had hand traps. And the reason why is because they can't compete with the meta, you know? The thing about hand traps is that they're saving us right now because these boards that are being made by like spirals or something along those lines, they just create these massive boards when you can't break it, so you need the hand traps to stop those massive boards from coming about.
I can see that, but the problem I'm having is that I feel like it's just creating Yu-Gi-Oh! Creativity. It's just creating a hyper-dependence on hand traps. And also, it's something that Adidas mentioned several times that a meta card like that, while it is like a staple in a meta deck, to keep it with the meta, if you're playing like spirals versus like a low-tier deck using hand traps to give this a crutch, the spirals would have the advantage anyway because they're meta.
Well, that's why the hand traps are there to help it out.
Yeah, but it's like saying, oh, I'm going to give a 6-year-old a double-edged sword and we have a 12-year-old a double-edged sword. Either way, the 12-year-old has the advantage on height and weight, but they both have the exact same weapon.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do with the 6-year-old weight? So just tell the 6-year-old to stop fighting?
I'll swing.
I mean, people still want to be playing their decks. They want to play their decks. So
yeah,
just play with hand traps and you can actually compete a little bit better.
Yeah, but don't you think it's kind of like ridiculous how every build is like half hand traps?
I think it is creative in a sense, where people can decide, you know, what is worth running. Because I think what's really cool about this too is that if you're, you know, a lot of times a rogue tier deck, and this is a perfect example of Burning Abyss. Burning Abyss does not lose to hand traps. They don't. The only thing they might lose to is Cherries the Dante. But who's running Dante in the side deck? Like, no one.
I think Cherries is I think a unique hand trap because you can. It's an extra deck card. It's a good side deck card. We're talking like Ash Forehead, you know, Soul Ogre. I don't mind having these cards in there to give you the edge. I mean, I play Soul Ogres in my Mermails, but when you're looking at decks and you're seeing every deck, it's kind of like Book of Moon, or like Upstart Goblin back in the day. Everyone had 3 or 4 of these cards.
3 or 4?
Well, you know,
4?
Well, you have 3 Upstarts and 1 Book of Moon.
Okay.
So you know, you had a kind of an engine, so to speak, and I think that I just don't think that hand traps are considered an engine because an engine is something that should help you speed through, get to your combo piece, or utilize a very tight engine. But hand traps
to the opposite, where they slow down your
they slow down. Or what if you drew all 5 hand traps?
have fun with your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, you have fun with your opponent, but do you win? You might, but are you able to put a monster on the board and they start going for it?
They just set like a Ghost Ogre or something, and it has like an 18 booty, so they can't beat over
just
it.
Cry, you know, just like.
And then just wait until you draw your stuff. And if you draw more hand traps, like you can stop them because 1800 defense is too strong for any deck to get over that does not lose the hand traps. Okay.
You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think for me, and I'm also really hipster. That says Beanie right here. You know, even like in personal life, but anything that's really meta or really relevant, I just don't. I don't mind seeing meta decks, but seeing like an engine's really popular, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so. It's just. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I think that Ash Blossom is a good card because it does stop a lot of things, but I feel like maybe just make like a rule where it has to be like. You have to have your hand traps in the side first, and then they have to main them. Because I think the big problem is maining them. I don't mind if you side out all of your cards and put in all the hand traps, but when you're maining the whole hand trap and you're playing 4 Trick Stars, it's like,
well, but then you look at it. Then how are you gonna break these unbreakable boards? Then you go back to the problem that we had like 3 or 4 months ago, where your opponent makes an unbreakable board, and halfway through their combo, you're like, all right, game 2. Like, I remember though, there was a YCS. I think it was YCS Denver, I believe it was, where I was watching the final match. They're playing. It's game 3. Everything's intense, and this guy's going off, and he has the full combo, and the other guy looks directly into the camera, goes like this, and then scoops because he didn't open any hand traps, and without any hand traps, he's not going to be able to break a board. So he just scooped, and that's how the YCS ended.
well, I mean, if you're going to I think for me, high stakes tier events, you should bring your best. You always want to win. I don't care what anybody says in Yu-Gi-Oh, you want to win.
Yeah.
You show me something, oh, I just want to play for fun. Bullshit. Full of life. However, when you just have this crutch, we've gone from ooh,
Wait,
right, reincarnation and spicy Joel and Blackbird combo with spicy tech here like 6 months ago.
How much would he get?
If you're not maining 9 hand traps, there's no point. And I don't mind having. I like seeing hand traps come in rotation. You know, like when Necros format, we had Puppet Plant, we had the electric one. I forget this.
Electric Virus.
Electric Virus. We had, and you had Maxi. You cycled through. 2 years ago, no one would know what the hell a Droll Bumper does because no one really needed anything about a Droll Bumper. So I don't mind a cycling out of hand traps. I think it's hand traps are becoming such a resurgence and a constant crutch that I don't know.
I think because of Zuzu was just a deck that can go off with 1 card combos every single turn and draw like 9 cards. And because of that, they were the first ones who really just like, all right, I have my Zoo engine, which was a thing. Everyone had their Zoo engine.
Absolutely.
And then people had like Zodiac Kaiju. And then Zodiac.
Or Dino or True
And then
Draco.
Zodiac like hand traps. At the time, Ash just came out, so Triple Ash and everything. So people were, starting to run these things, more hand traps, more Ghost Wars, more Ash. I did see a few people playing Droll at this time because no more Norden loops with Droll with Droll's activated. So there's a lot of these crazy shenanigans, so to speak. And I think that started way back with Zoo. And I think Konami needs to calm the hell down when they're making decks.
I think that's the other thing too. I don't think I mind calming the hell down when making decks. I think I wouldn't mind seeing the hand traps. It's kind of stupid. We saw Soul Ogre or Ghost Ogre after a while. Then we saw Winter Cherries. It seemed kind of a slow thing. But then now it's Droll Opera came back into resurgence, and then Ash, which is kind of following in suit what they're making him. But now it's like, okay, we have enough hand traps. We're gonna stop making more hand traps. Like, what are you gonna do now? Create a hand trap that's like anti-link, like, oh, you bet the link summon, and then you activate the hand trap that says,
you cannot special summon to the main monster jump.
Yeah, or it's like Dimensional Prison, but it's for links, that could actually work.
Dimensional, that's nice.
That could work. But anyway, the problem is like I don't mind seeing hand traps because I do think that Yu-Gi-Oh is very skilled, very reactive skill set. You want to have a little bit of combination of everything. It's your toolbox, so to speak. But when you have decks that are just so dependent on this, and it's no longer. I don't think it's no longer a game of I'm playing against you, we're fighting to see who wins. It's more of I'm gonna not even outskill you. It's turning into like I'm going to just try.
Clutch as hand trap.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to punch you in the nuts, and you can't do anything. Like that's really what it turns into. It's not, but people don't think about hand trap. People think, oh, like Raigeki is a punch you in the face card. You can't do anything, or like a kaiju. But really, hand traps, in my opinion, they're not skillful like in OCG where you have like Feather Duster. That's a skillful card because you play Feather Duster, you can really change the game around. Hand traps are more like because no one's saving them for the big moments. They're saving for normal summon Ogre or no. And you're like, I did one thing. So I don't know. Well, what do you guys think? Like, are hand traps? Jay Scott, are hand traps like the savior of Yu-Gi-Oh, or are they the Antichrist? What? Like me over here. Like, what are they? And like. Should they be more relevant? Should they not be relevant? Should there be like a special rule for hand traps?
They balance the meta.
I think a perfect example of this is Magicians. When right where Zoo, Two Draco, Dinos, right when they're all hit, Magicians start to emerge. Magicians don't really lose to hand traps. They don't. Like they might lose to a Droll, maybe, but they don't really lose to hand traps. So no one really ran the hand traps when before people ran hand traps against like the Ghost Ogre on the diagram, the Droll and the Dracos. Those hurt. But then Magicians, no one ran hand traps. It wasn't until Spirals came out when people started to run the hand traps again. And I think this is going to be the same thing. If you create a healthy meta where they're not making unbreakable boards, then you can then stop running hand traps.
I just think, again, like I mentioned earlier, hand traps are really good to stay alive in the meta, but if you are playing low, like table 500 decks and Amazonas, I don't care if you're playing Amazonas versus Ojama. The deck that has the hand traps could easily outpower and out-resource that. But what do you guys think? Comment down below, like, subscribe, share this video. Let's get some discussion going on here. What's the best hand trap, or what's the worst hand trap?
Comment below saying that I'm right. Comment below say that he's wrong. Either one's fine.
And if you missed any of the 25 days of Yu-Gi-Oh, please click the playlist below, and we'll see you guys next time.